carry on our conversation with Ace Ncobo. Well, Ace, let's carry on right there. You spoke about the validity of this president at SAFA House, speaking to the extent that possibly even when it was voted in 2013, that was invalid. You say FIFA, in fact, if I'm reading this correctly, has FIFA ratified it? Do they know that this is going on? And if so, then how are they letting it carry on?
Well, we've brought this to the attention of FIFA. First of all, before every Congress, you follow the statutes, and the statutes must be valid.
Yeah.
In order for you to apply the statutes, that must be valid. In order for you, the statutes of a region, which is a member of SAFA, to be valid, they must be ratified by SAFA, national. In order for the statutes of SAFA to be valid, they must be ratified and certified by FIFA. They held an extraordinary Congress last year, wherein they adopted a huge raft of amendments to the 2013 statutes. I have written to FIFA because I have since discovered that those amendments were never submitted to FIFA, to ask them whether or not the new statutes have been submitted to them, because there are clauses there that FIFA had in 2012 already spoken out against. Two clauses. One, the size of the SAFA Council. It still sits at 41. FIFA had said it must be dropped to 18. Secondly, the voting rights of outgoing executive committee members. Back in 2012, FIFA had said, I'll allow you to sit for this 2013 Congress because it's too close to implement these changes, but outgoing executive committee members are not supposed to carry a vote. We're going to this Congress, so-called, on the 24th, and that clause is still there. They're still carrying a vote because, you know, they want to create some kind of cabal.
How is this though flying under the radar, if I can put it that way? I mean, surely FIFA, being the governing body of world football, being the almighty, I don't say God, less sounding blasphemous, but when FIFA rocks up to your country, they run the place. So surely they've got their tentacles in every nook and cranny of football. How are they letting this go by? Or are they complicit to what's going on right now at SAFA House?
I don't know. But all I can say is that FIFA is bigger than the United Nations. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
192 countries, FIFA 211 members. You know, so it's going to be very impossible for anybody sitting at FIFA House in Zurich to know what's happening in every single FA of the 211. However, the true litmus test is now. We've now brought this to their attention.
That's where I wanted to go. Having written to them, any response so far? And as we said in the story by Temba Shiba earlier, if nothing comes about, you are saying you're going to take them to the highest court of the land and obviously possibly end up with court of arbitration for sport.
You see, I have a very basic principle in life. If I'm hunting for a crocodile, I'm not bothered about lizards. I don't chase lizards when I'm chasing crocodiles. The biggest crocodile here is for now. Dennis Jordan, he must go. So all his puppets who are wiggling tails all around are mere lizards. I don't care about them. But when FIFA refuses to implement the provisions of Section G, especially G1, G2, and G3, which obligates FIFA to intervene when there are gross violations of the electoral code, we then look at SAFA and we see a lizard. There's a new crocodile now. We go to court, we compel FIFA legally to implement their own provisions. And the provisions are clear. When there are gross violations, FIFA intervenes and FIFA places the FA under administration. Simple. So those people who are saying IEC or no IEC, the Congress is going ahead, they have forgotten that above the Constitution there's FIFA, and above FIFA there is jurisprudence in this country.
One would say that in doing so, Brais is putting local football, be it Banyana, be it Bandwana, be it Bafana, under great pressure, because if the FA is dissolved, we won't have football as far as international football is concerned.
No, that's not true. We're not saying SAFA must be suspended from FIFA. We're saying it must be placed under administration. It's a totally different matter when there's government interference and the entire FA is banned from football.
But let's say, for example, in this case, the court rules, like you say, in your favor, saying that something has to be done. Would that not be seen by FIFA as government interference?
No, FIFA does not preclude the pursuit of a legal remedy.
Okay.
What FIFA says, do not jump and pursue a legal remedy before you have exhausted the internal avenues. So FIFA being the final arbiter in this matter, we have written to them now, we have exhausted the internal avenues. If FIFA either doesn't reply or doesn't reply in favor of its own statutes, we then take FIFA to court to compel it to implement its statutes.
Obviously, this you're looking to have happen before the SAFA elections.
There is no election. No Congress is going to take place on the 24th. It is not going to take place. Even the 2013 becomes a nullity. Worst of all, this one that's being organized by people who think that because they want to re-entrench themselves and their political patronage system, they can just decide to show the middle finger to the statutes. It's not going to happen.
It's very interesting, Bryce. And you know what I'm going to do, I'm just saying on camera as well that I'm sure, well, hopefully SAFA is watching. We'd like to have you to give you the right of reply, because it is obviously two sides to every story, but we have Bryce here. So we're going to ask me one more question. I know my director's time is up. Can we hear from you? What should we expect if FIFA does not come back to you? As you said, there is no election, there is no Congress. If that doesn't happen, how far are we willing to go?
Let's start with the right of reply.
Yeah.
Call Danny Jordan here. I'll come. Let's have a debate on this matter. Let's test his knowledge of the statutes and his appetite to respect the statutes. Because if FIFA doesn't reply, and we've given them a deadline.
Yeah.
When
is the deadline?
No, I can't divulge that now, because it's a matter that's still just sub judice. But as soon as that deadline expires, we are then going to inform them that now that you have failed to adhere to the requested deadline, given the fact that this thing is in close proximity, we are now left with no option but to pursue the legal process.
Bryce, we've run out of time, but let's quickly check in, Bryce. Football currently underway, 30 seconds. Do we have time for that? No, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't have time to reply. I want you to have a look at the ECBs. They scored for 60 minutes. I think they'll beat Sundowns. Looks like they're about to score again right now, but unfortunately, we've run out of time. We can't check on that.
Great things come from the Eastern Cape, the home of legends.
Oh, of course. Hey, Ncobo, they're speaking to us right here on Sports and Prime. As we said, handing a handout to SAFA. Right of reply is yours. Please, Dr. Daniel Dunn, if you're watching the interview, you have space, you have room to come here to the SABC and speak on the topic and the issues that Bryce Ncobo has raised right here on the show.